Hi, Katie, Patrick, and Deanna. All of you were missed class this week, so I wanted to show you a few important things here. And I've got some resources for you up here. So going into our module, down here are the things that we did in class. So what we did is we used the homework that you did on genre as background information for a couple of things. One is we looked at this. I'm not going to open it, but you can. And note that this says an anti-teaching learning cycle model. So this is a piece of curriculum that you may have, something that you may, when you're working as a special ed teacher, you may just get handed and told, you know, help the student do this. And so look through it. And the problem that we came up with was that it's not focused on any clear genre. So therefore, it's difficult to figure out how to scaffold because there's no final product other than a presentation, which we decided was not a genre. So that was kind of an example of not a teaching learning cycle. Then we actually talked more about a teaching learning cycle and how it focuses on genre as a beginning. And then that then gives the teachers a frame to scaffold. And we looked at these different phases of the teaching learning cycle. We started with the deconstructing. So I actually had the students go through both as a student and then as a teacher. We did this thing on dinosaurs where we came up with our own, and we did actually a joint construction. So this kind of walks you through a little bit of that and talks about how to deconstruct a genre with the students. Then we had, and I think actually talk to someone about this assignment because I think the joint construction was pretty powerful and it's a really good way of scaffolding. That would be something for you to have under your belt when you're working with students. Then I had in the different groups, the elementary, middle, and secondary groups, I had the students actually practice deconstructing a text with their knowledge of genre. So this is actually what I want you to do as a makeup assignment. So if you click on, you can choose either any of these. This was actually the elementary, this was the middle school, and this was the secondary, but you can do whichever one you want. Okay, so what it has is some more. In this particular genre, evaluating argument, it has more detail, and this will look similar to the work that you did for homework. Then down here, it says preparing a text to teach, that should say teach, using the teaching learning cycle. So here is this text here, which is reprinted here. And so what the students had to do is they had to figure out the stage and phase of this text. And this is just lumped into paragraphs. So you can draw lines, kind of like they are up here, and you're looking at identifying these things in this particular text. It may not be perfect. They might not exactly match in terms of phases and stages, but they're pretty close. So then what I had the students do is plan here kind of what they would say. Remember we did the prepare while reading? And we did that the last time in class. Well, you're going to do another one here, and this one is based on the generic structure. And your example is in this deconstructing report genre. So let me show you that, because this was confusing in class too. Okay. All right, so here is that handout that looks like this. Okay, so look at this handout first, and this is what I showed everyone, and this is how we got into the dinosaurs. So this here, this column is what you're going to do on that thing that I just showed you. So this is teacher talk. So the teacher would say this, and you'd imagine the students have this text in front of them, and the teacher then without this column, and the teacher would say, okay, here's the title, here's a general statement, and then you would read this, and then you would read this. So you're preparing the students to understand the next paragraph. So that's what you're going to do on that. So to sum up, for me now, what I would like for you three to do is look through these materials, choose one of these, and then finish the tables on that, and then you can email that to me. Okay? And just get it done when you get it done. Needs to be done by the last week of class. Okay? Thank you.